Good evening! Welcome to tonight's live stream. It is April the 1st, which means it is Reala Day. And for some reason, I didn't know that there was a NASA launch happening in the next hour or something, so I've put my stream at a perfect point where nobody's going to be watching this. Shout out to Blitzit, Atomic Love, Komori, and Voltergeist, who are in chat right now. Thank you very much. I love you for turning up. Today I decided instead of doing some old fan art or redrawing anything, I'm going to attempt to do my first Reala fan art in years. Yeah, you know what? I'm so jealous of anybody who can see the NASA launch just now. Like, seriously, that's like one of my dreams, is to actually see a shuttle launch. It sounds so cool. I will be taking breaks as usual, since good habit. And I'm gonna be working on one picture. Originally I was gonna do a bunch of just like doodle art and just silly stuff. I mean, I might still do that. But I started doing a sketch of Reala, and I was like, oh, actually, yeah, I'm kind of feeling this. Let's actually make this like a proper piece of artwork. I have no idea how long it's going to take me to finish it, if it ever gets finished at all. It might end up in the pile along with every other work in progress I have. What time is it? It is 6 minutes past. I have no idea what time the NASA launch is at. So let's jump into... Oh, actually no, before I start, I want to say sorry to anybody who types in chat and their messages don't show up on the actual stream itself. I have no idea why that's happening. I changed the chat thing to be, instead of 5 minutes, 1 minute, so you only have to be subscribed for a minute before you can talk. So hopefully that works for everyone today. I apologize if it doesn't show up. I'm not blocking anyone, I swear to God. Right. Let's go art mode. wrong side. Not my artwork. This is who will be... I was going to say drawing, but I've technically drawn him already. This is who I'm going to be doing proper artwork of today. It is Reala, and most of us know who Reala is, and I'm drawing the OG Reala, not Journey of Dreams Reala, because I just fancy drawing old Reala this time around. He looks like such a gremlin in this artwork now. He looks like so small. Look at those arms. Beef! But I was going through my my folders and stuff, and I actually found like the first time I ever drew Reala, right? I have a story about this. And this was back when Nights into Dreams had just been like announced, and I think there was maybe like screenshots in a magazine. There was no like publicly available Reala artwork yet. I was trying to work off like tiny screenshots in a magazine as well as I could, so I had no actual reference for Reala, so this was as much as I could draw of Reala. And this was check it out, 1996. Old. So that was my first attempt at drawing Reala. That wasn't my first attempt at drawing Nights. I actually drew Nights a couple of times before that fantastic attempt. But we all start somewhere, and that's where I started. And then I ended up doing like official artwork for Sega as well. And the last time I'd done something impressive of Reala was that. I actually tried to like blend his original design with his new design, well, his Journey of Dreams design, and I'd like to think I got away with it. So that's the last time I properly drew Reala, I think. I mean, I think I've maybe done like a few sketches and stuff of him, but nothing like major. What else have I got? That's Reala. That's the first time. That's Mr. Gers. Okay, this is what I was doing before I came into the chat. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start scribbling. He looks kinda badass. And I'm like, yeah, I can work with this. So yeah, he's gone from this to this. He's got a little bit more Tumblr sexy man. Like, he was the original Tumblr sexy man before Tumblr even existed, so I'm gonna be working on this today. I want it to have like really sort of cool underlighting with like really dark top shadows and stuff. And I was actually inspired to draw this because of the last chat that we had. We were all joking about paralooping NiGHTS and Nights. And I was just thinking, yeah, you know what? Reala would just celebrate that, so let's have all the halos just shattering and stuff. He's teleporting them all to a happy place. Not to death. Right. Let's change all this. Alright, I'm putting my timer on 15 minutes. Let's go. My room is really, really hot. It's like I've gone all blotchy because I'm really warm. I was gonna wear a jumper. Yeah, farm upstate. I actually remembered to make my canvas a proper size today as well, which is good. Instead of the size of a postage stamp. I always used to ink using the mapping pen in my comic and stuff, but recently I'm just really into using the, what is this, the lighter pencil, and this was available in the old version of Clip Studio, and I had to actually re-download it when I upgraded, because it was like just a legacy feature now, and it was like my favourite pencil, and it had to be the one that they removed from Clip. It's just a really nice, like, smooth pencil. I don't really use any brushes that have specific textures or anything. I have tons of them, but I don't ever use them. I'm really bad at, like, downloading them and then just never really remembering I have them. Wow, I've not drawn him for ages. Yeah, I've just a word. I've always referred to Reala with he, him pronouns. So if anybody gets confused, I'm sorry. Everyone's free to have their own opinion. It's just what I've always called him. And there will be no wild gender debate arguments in the chat. Please, if anyone comes in and they're new. It's like us old like fandom veterans. We've done that shit so many times. always kind of wanted to do a Reala cosplay. At one point I was actually planning it, but I wanted to do a Jackal cosplay first, like after, if you know about my UV Nights cosplay, I'd actually drawn out plans for a Jackal cosplay, and I was actually at the stage of like collecting materials for it and stuff, but I never got around to it, and I'd planned on doing Reala's cosplay afterwards. I'd done like a makeup test for it, but I never actually made the costume. I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because if I had, I have no idea where I would have put that hat. My UV Nights hat is bad enough to try and keep in my room. It's massive. How was chat today? What are you all up to? You're watching it work. I always used to, like, everybody draws Reala different, but I always used to draw these parts yellow, and this part was like no fabric, it was just his chest, and these things were like yellow triangle things that used to go down the way. And this time I'm just gonna try and draw like vaguely canon art style. Someone gave you ramen noodles, a drive-by ramen noodling. You know what? That's kind of weird. That happened to me. That kind of also happened to me a couple of weeks ago, except it was spaghetti, an entire packet of spaghetti, but it was the Foxies. They dragged in an entire packet of spaghetti and just left it in the rain, and it was just in the back garden. dinner. Hey, Salty Smith! Hello! Yeah, I recognize you now. today's not bad. I was just saying how I like accidentally put the stream on a major NASA shuttle launch window, so sorry. Ooh. 5-minute break. Save my work. I'm actually inking this kind of quickly. It feels like if I'm doing like random fan art or whatever, I don't overthink it, and it's easier for me to just work on. But when I'm working on Engelbaum, it's like I'm so picky with everything. Here's a question: when you see a shuttle launch happen, do you get like the sonic boom happen when it leaves the atmosphere, or whenever it like reaches a certain speed or whatever? Because I've only experienced like hearing a sonic boom like maybe 3 times from fighter jets in the UK when they have to scramble, and it's so crazy because it's like everything shakes. It sounds like an explosion. Like one happened at like 5 in the morning once here because some airplane lost its radio communication and fighter jets scrambled, and all the way up the UK everybody just heard like boom boom boom. It's really cool. Cool. They're not landing on the moon again, are they? It's like they're doing a round trip where they're going around the moon. It's just, to tell you the truth, right? I missed the whole build-up to Artemis 2 happening, and when I read it on the timeline today, I thought it was some kind of like April Fool's joke, and I was like, oh, what? They're doing a major... NASA are doing a major launch. Because I knew that they had like tons of like money cuts and stuff, so I didn't think they'd be doing like anything major. It's really cool though. Yeah, it's like normally that kind of thing would be like huge news everywhere, and I literally just found out about it because somebody else retweeted it. Like, oh, whoops. Have you actually seen any good April Fool's jokes today? I think the the funniest April Fool's joke I got today wasn't actually online. It was a bloody installer thing for my Stream Deck. Was trying to give me a fruit machine upgrade, and they were pretending that they made like a new Stream Deck with a pull down handle on it. But they actually released the actual jukebox, the fruit machine, for the actual Stream Deck. Yeah, the comic book with the kids cover, the soup cover even. Oh yeah, they done the Knuckles and Sonic. Who was it who originally drew that meme? Like, does anybody actually know? Because it wasn't Sega, was it? It was like some random meme somewhere. Was it? It was Tyson. Huh. Tyson's art is so good. So fun. Break over next work. 15 minutes. I think the coolest April Fools that I ever seen was way before Pokemon Go was a thing, and they made Google Maps into like a Pokemon map. That was really, really fun. Like the effort they put into that was really nice. I always draw Reala with weird hands. I really hope that Sega does something for Knights' anniversary this year. I mean, I know they've already done like a lot with Sonic Rumble and Sonic Cross Worlds, but I just want some sort of port of the original, or Journey of Dreams and Journey of Dreams actually, for everyone to play again. Because it really sucks that it's not legally available anywhere right now. Like, I used to complain a lot back when a good few years had passed with the original game, but now the period of time between Journey of Dreams releasing and Nights into Dreams releasing is like so much bigger, so I feel really bad for all the fans who grew up with Journey of Dreams and they've not been able to play it since, you know? I don't know if there was any sort of like exclusivity deal with Nintendo for the Wii game. I hope not, because it'd be sad if it gets like stuck forever. It's like, regardless of how you feel about it, it has a lot of fans. And it'd be nice for them to get something, since it's usually just like the old school fans who get ports and stuff. I've actually not played Journey of Dreams for a long time because I've not plugged in the Wii for years because it needs a different television. There's parts of it that like I really, really, really liked. Yeah, motion controls. I was not a fan of motion controls, but I mean, a lot of the games you could play them with a regular control pad anyway. Waggle. You know what I really miss? The Wii's startup screen that's got all the like the user interface that had like the weather channel and stuff. It was just really sort of ambient and chilled out. And then there was the Wii, or the Mi Plaza. That was fun. kind of feel like an unappreciated or underappreciated character in Journey of Dreams was Owl. I mean, I remember when they first introduced Owl, and I was like, why the hell is there an tutorial type character in here? And I was like, well, I guess that makes sense. But I think he was kind of fun. At first, I was like, oh, this guy sucks, and then I kind of ended up like really liking him as a character. Tomorrow I've got to pretty much spend all day catching up with all the video editing that I've not done for the past 4 days. I've got a lot of Patreon streams I need to make highlight clips out of. I'm gonna draw his face on a different layer because I'll probably end up erasing it and changing it a million times. Reala always had like the best eyes to draw. See you, Kamori! I'm gonna do that thing, we're just gonna erase this like a million times. It's gonna snow? What? It's just actually started getting warmer here. Kinda want it to snow, to be honest. That would be nice. I don't like these eyes, they're pissing me off. It's like, it's cool, but... Having a break. Five-minute break. I kind of wish that I got to visit more of America, to be honest. I've only been to San Diego and Chicago. Yeah. Drawing Marin faces because they have a completely like spherical head is really difficult to like draw the mouths and stuff sometimes. Let's see what I've done so far. I'm probably gonna change his mouth. It looks like he's pouting. He just looks like he just looks like he's really peeved. He looks sad for some reason, like, oh. Yeah, Scotland's really nice. It's very cold and it does have nice weather sometimes. But you really have to be able to drive to get your way around, or be prepared to walk for a really long time. I always used to go like rambling and stuff when I was younger, and it's pretty cool because when you're a kid, you get taught like the country code and stuff, and how to cross over fences, how not to get chased by entire herds of cows, etc. It's crazy though, because you're walking through the hills and there's just like random animals wandering around, and there's not any fences or anything. They're just like sheep walking by. They belong to some farmer somewhere that like lives miles away. It's pretty cool. I'd really like to visit Canada as well, actually. People always say that like Canada to America is what Scotland is to England, but a bigger version. We just don't have the giant moose. There's like places in Wales, I think, where horses just walk around, which is really cool. Like, it would take all of my willpower to not try and like steal one. I like ponies. I was reading about random islands that have like just huge populations of one type of animal on them, and obviously there's like the islands in Japan that have just got like tons of cats, feral cats, and there's one that's got tons and tons of rabbits, and then somewhere else there's an island that's just full of snakes and nobody wants to land on it because it's like so dangerous. Yeah, I went to Santorini a few years ago for a family wedding, and the coaches there, they drive around like mountains with the paths are so tiny, and you're like on the edge of a cliff in this like giant coach, and there's no lights, it's pitch dark, and I don't know how the driver can actually like see where this edge of the road is. There's no barriers or anything. And we got to the bottom of the trail, and we stopped, and I was like, why is the bus stopped? And it's because someone had just left their motorbike in the middle of the road, and the driver had to like try to alert people to move the bike. It was just such a weird thing to see, but it was so scary. That entire journey, it was just like, oh no. I mean, I get worried on roads here, but that was crazy. Right, next work. 15 minutes. Let's go again. Right, I think I'm gonna keep Reala's eyes, but I'm gonna change his mouth because it looks weird. Maybe I should make him smirky. You think I'm drawing fast? No. So many people I know, they draw like perfect lines the first time round and stuff, and my lines are so wibbly. I wish it was one of these kind of artists that can draw with like the 1 pixel brush and it's just like really fine line art, but I have to like change all the widths of my line weights constantly and stuff. I always fuss over them. See, I always used to draw NiGHTS characters with eyebrows. It was like the thing that I just done in all my fan art. And they obviously don't have eyebrows. But I've noticed when it comes to like the official way to draw NiGHTS that the line on NiGHTS' eyelid kind of acts as eyebrows in a way, but Reala's kind of different because Reala doesn't really have, like, well, old Reala doesn't really have much eyelids real estate going on. Yeah, that works. I just done that, like, happy accident. I think that worked. Okay, cool. They are sufficiently smirky now. Merge that layer. Ooh. Merge that layer. Yeah, that's not bad. I was already drawing this technically for an hour, like the all the scribbly lines, all that stuff took me like an hour, and I was erasing and erasing. And to be honest, the reason I didn't draw his legs was because I couldn't figure out what position to put them in, and it was annoying me so much. I was like, let's not draw legs today. Reala doesn't need those. I mean, honestly, I can't draw hands for shit, but thankfully a lot of the old Nightmare Inn designs have like really big, crazy oversized hands and stuff, so I get away with just drawing random finger joints that make no sense. You don't ever have to draw wrists either, it's fantastic. Actually, I should probably just like blame all the years of my misspent youth drawing NiGHTS fan art for the reason that I can't draw hands. I never used to be able to draw necks, and it was because of Sonic characters. I remember when I transitioned to trying to draw portraits and stuff after drawing Sonic characters for so many years, and everyone had like really weird, wide, short necks that were just like a continuation from here straight down. Art Attack was such a good show. I used to watch Art Attack with Neil Buchanan. I used to watch Heartbeat with Tony Hart. Tony Hart was such a good guy. He was like the original art teacher. It's kind of a shame that the UK never got the Bob Ross? Happy Little Trees guy. That was a very American thing. But his paintings were really nice. Like, I kind of wish that we'd got him on TV as well. Yeah, I mean, a lot of children would watch those really like good art programs growing up, and you don't realize how much you actually learn from it until you're older and think back on it. Like with what was his name, Tony Hart. I can actually show you what I remember. Let's pretend that's a really big really big canvas and it's not. I always remember the one where he told everybody to get watercolors or like paints and do orange and then do pink, and then it was like putting bits of wood on the ground and putting like a shadow behind it. And I always remember it was like he was telling us how to do like silhouettes at sunset and stuff, and that was in like the 80s and I still remember that. I hope there's some kind of like equivalent just now that's on cable or whatever for kids to watch. So many art programs at school are getting defunded and stuff, and it's so shit. I will stop and have a break. I wasn't going to, but I will. 5-minute break. Yeah, I'm actually liking this so far. I wasn't sure when I started inking it, but it's not bad now. Hey babes! Hello! What's the weather like for the launch? Is it sunny? Because I remember there was a bunch of launches I was watching a while ago that kept getting cancelled because of the storm winds and stuff. Yeah, that's one of the best things you can do for a kid is just give them like some decent art materials. So you were jogging while I was inking Reala. So how far away can you actually see a rocket launch from? I've seen some like really cool photographs of satellite launches, and they've like, you know, when they jettison the boosters or whatever it is and they fall off and they start spinning, and people are taking photographs of these like weird spirals in the sky at night. Wow, 200 miles. Yeah, that's something I'd really like to see. It wasn't until, was it last year or the year before, I actually got to see the Northern Lights for the first time. Like, the Aurora Borealis, right? I'd lived in Scotland since I was a kid, and years and years and years, and I'd never seen the Northern Lights, and I visited Aberdeen as well, which is known for the Northern Lights, and I never seen them, and I always wanted to see them, and I remember saying, I guess I'll have to go to like Greenland or Iceland or something on a holiday one day and actually see the Northern Lights. And then like a year ago or two, it just happened in London, and it was the wildest thing I've ever seen. Like, you're so used to seeing the sky look one way, and then you just see something completely different, and it was so magical. So pretty. And it was quite bright as well. It started off kind of dark, and you had to use your phone to actually be able to pick up the colours. And then after a while, you didn't have to use your phone at all, and it was like green and red and blue. It was so beautiful. And it happened twice in the same year. Oh, that's right, yeah, so I guess you've got like the southern lights then? Because the South Pole has like the same magnetic field and everything, so do the magnetic rays not hit the same way or something? To be honest, the reason that I done rough sort of like highlights and shading is because I was trying to figure out like the overall look for the picture. It's probably going to completely change, but I'm gonna try and do like really dark and like contrasting shading on this. The reason I done it was to like remind myself. Though to be fair, like when I'm doing the comics, I always do all the colors and shading and stuff rough on my drafts, and I think it's just to remind myself like the vibe I'm going for. I always sort of like delete those layers when I actually go to do it properly, but it's just a sort of like visual reminder. I mean, a lot of people make little thumbnails and stuff of mock-ups of how they want the final image to look, but I usually just keep it for the actual image itself. Have any of you ever seen the Milky Way before? That's something that I really want to see. Like, if you go to a place in the middle of nowhere and it's like there's no light pollution and you just look up at the sky, that would be so incredible to see. I've seen like time lapses and stuff of it. It looks brilliant. Okay, 15 minutes. Oh wow, I'm so jealous. Imagine how intense it would feel to be on a rocket ship that's about to go to the moon. Like, it's just sort of like mind melting, isn't it? To know that you're not going to be sleeping in your bed that night, you're going to be in space. My PC's making weird noises. The front of the grid on the front, sometimes at a certain fan speed, the grill at the front vibrates and it makes like wow 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 noises. See if you hear this strange noise, it's my PC. I don't know if my microphone picks it up. The part I like is getting to erase the background scribbles. I know you can just do it all in one, but it has the same feeling as erasing pencil lines on paper when you've done your inking. Yeah, it would be really amazing to be able to go to space. I mean, I know there's like commercial spaceflight and stuff, but it's so insanely expensive, it's not fair. Then there was that guy who jumped from low orbit or something from a platform down to Earth. I think he was like sponsored by Red Bull or something. That would be pretty cool as well. I would love to do that. I don't have any fear of heights whatsoever. Yeah, actually, you know what? I tell a lie. I don't like climbing ladders, like step ladders, either, because then, yeah, you could fall and hurt yourself. But if you're gonna jump out a plane, it doesn't seem as scary to me for some weird reason. You missed absolutely nothing. I'm just like trying my best to concentrate. Sorry I'm not as talkative as last stream. It's just I'm trying to really focus on actually drawing. $6.35. Oh. I hope it actually launches. We need some like good news. Hopeful things. Yes, wonder. We need lots of wonder. I seen this fantastic video earlier, and I shared it on Blue Sky. But there's some march somewhere where everybody shares their cats, and everybody comes to the windows and shows their cat, and they decorate the front of their house to tell people what the name of their cat is and stuff. It's like the most wholesome thing I've seen in weeks. To be honest, I wish I knew. I think just to remind myself where his body lines are and where the background starts and ends. It's just something I do. I don't know, it's like I always sort of block in the colours and then I'll figure out tonally where all the light and dark is gonna go in my head. Like all of the things I do in art, I wish I knew what I was doing. People always say to me, why don't you do like art classes? Why don't you get into teaching? And I just wing everything. I mean, really, I could be super fussy and redraw things a million times, and I do that sometimes. Like, I could be studying hands and trying to give Reala like the most impressive hand I've ever drawn and stuff, but I just wanna make this a nice quick picture. Yeah, I think I done some tutorials years ago on like one of my websites. I remember I was teaching people how to do how to scan in traditional line art and how to use like paint bucket tools or something. This was like old. I don't know why I'm using the brush to colour him in. I could just be using the paint bucket tool, you know. I just think it's more fun. Thank Clip for a paint bucket tool that actually works. I remember back when I started digital art, the paint bucket tools were always like hot garbage, and you would try to flood fill something and it would just literally flood the page. Minute break. Yeah, I'm actually happy with this. I wasn't sure about it earlier, but I'm quite liking it now. I'm probably gonna wreck it when I colour it. I actually do that on top, so what I'll do is I'll just block in a character in one colour. Usually I use grey or blue or whatever just to show that that is that character. And then I'll make another layer on the top and I'll do all the flats, so I'll do all his colours. And then sometimes what I do is this grey layer, I'll change it to a different colour, like blue or green or whatever. And then the layer above that, with all the colours, all the normal colours, I'll make it slightly transparent, so it's like a really like quick way to tint your art. Make it look, the colours look more like harmonious. It's hard to explain. You'll see when I do it. I've always got like a really bad habit of, as well as, I never do my art in order. You're supposed to like do all your sketching, do all your inking, do all your flats, do all your shading and all that, but I always like stop and start. I do bits of the art that I want to do, like right now I should probably do the background, but instead I'm just gonna colour in Reala instead. The backgrounds can wait, you know. I find the easiest way to get art done is to just focus on the parts that you actually want to draw right now. And my art teacher at school always used to get really pissed off at me, and he always used to come up to me when I was painting and take my paintbrush and just fill in the entire page with like grey or green or whatever, and he's like, you have to block all your colours in before you start doing your details so you can see your entire image. And I'm like, but I can see the entire image in my head already. I don't want to have to like do it right now. I'm focusing on the parts that I find fun. Sometimes though, the parts of the art that I avoid doing because I think I'm gonna like flop at it end up being better than the original part that I'm enjoying doing. Like, a lot of my comic panels are like that. I'll leave some of the really difficult ones till last, and those ones will end up being the ones I enjoy the most. I don't know why, it's strange. But yeah, I've got really into doing, with Engelbaum this actually, I've got really into doing foreshortening. So like Reala's hand there, I made the inks on his hand like way thicker and blurrier. So you just take like the pencil tool, but you make it bigger. You don't even have to blur it, and it makes the foreground objects look out of focus. So it's like a really cheaty way of doing camera focus. I mean, I sometimes add blur filters to my art, certain objects in my art later on, but something ClipStudio doesn't have a lot of actually is decent filters. Something Photoshop does have superior stuff of is filters. I mean, if you look at the filters menu, can you even see it? I just realised the drop-down menus don't show up on stream for some reason. I guess because it's a different window technically. But yeah, filters in Clip, they're super basic, and I don't know if you can like download fan-made ones. Like there's a whole Clip Studio marketplace where people have things you can download. I should probably check out filters at some point, because Clips ones are really boring. It's like mosaic, twirl, Gaussian blur, which I use constantly. That's like the only one that I really use. I want more like artistic ones like Photoshop has. Not the tacky ones, but textures and stuff. It'd be nice to have texture filters. Break over. Right. Next work. Let's go. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Just draw how you want to draw. Right, so to show you what I mean, I don't name my layers, but what I do is I put colours on the labels so that I know what it is. Like green is usually what I recognise as flats. Orange is usually like rough stuff. Blue is shading and yellow is highlights. Because it takes me too long to try and type on my keyboard what my layers are. Right, so I always do my flats with the setting as normal, but later on I change it to multiply. Well, depending on the lighting anyway. I always use the paint bucket, but I don't trust it that much because sometimes it leaves like a little line around stuff if the lines are weird. Hang on a second. Are the bottom of Reala's horns black? No, they're red. Well, I'll add an extra line. I always forget how many stripes he has. I think he's got 4, and NiGHTS has got 3. Hang on. This is something I should know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got it right. See ya! Thank you for coming along. Thank you for watching me slowly go crazy drawing Reala. Oh, it's actually taken off! Cool. I'm gonna have to watch the replay videos of it when I get offline. Oh wow, it's 11:45 already. Today went really quickly. It's because I'm just like I'm totally locked in. I'm super focused right now. I actually get art done when I shut up a bit. There was a NiGHTS comic once upon a time, and it was done by Archie many, many years ago. Way before Journey of Dreams and all of that. I would love for them to do a NiGHTS comic, and I always used to bother the people at Fleetway who done Sonic the Comic to do a NiGHTS comic. And I think they'd inquired about the license or something way back then, because I remember I knew one of the artists, and they said that they'd heard a lot of talk about the IP back then, but it never happened, obviously. I would love if they'd done one now, but they would really have to sort of stick to the actual canon story, I think, because everybody knows Sonic's like story in Sonic's world, but they would have to do like an origin type thing all over again so people understand what NiGHTS is all about. Like when I was a kid, like a NiGHTS comic was like all I wanted. I've drawn Reala so much over the years that I can draw him off by heart, but not the canon version. Like, I changed design aspects of him. So I was having to actually go back and look at stuff a lot to see his actual design. Yeah, there was the Mega Man comic that they done. I had NiGHTS in it. What was it called? Worlds Unite or something. I didn't actually get to read that, annoyingly. I think that was before ITW. Can't remember. And then there was the comic that I've not actually read yet, where Sonic is running through different zones and one of them looks like Spring Valley, which is nice. Yeah, I would love to work on a NiGHTS comic. Hello! You came in like 10 minutes before the end, but it's good to see you here. I would stay online longer, but I don't want to wake up the house since it's going to be past midnight here. See, I always forget the order of these because I never used to draw them in my version of Reala. Yeah, because I used to do these parts yellow. It's like yellow triangles. Yeah, I'm going to be doing like a bunch of general streams. They might not always be like NiGHTS related, but I do like to draw NiGHTS related things. So there may be a bunch of NiGHTS stuff that I do draw live. I'm going to be doing some gaming streams as well, and old commissions and stuff. I've got a lot of art that I really want to get done, but I figured that since today is April 1st, I would do some Reala. Yeah, I was actually trying to build up to doing public streams because I was a massive chicken and I kept saying to my patrons on the private streams, I'm gonna one day do like a public stream. I'm gonna draw in front of a bigger audience and stuff, and I kept putting it off, and then I was having technical problems, and yeah, I finally conquered that fear. Thank you very much. I'm just gonna finish putting down the flats. I've been drawing it for a very long time. I'm just kind of generally happy that people liked my old NiGHTS artwork enough to remember it. That's kind of crazy to me. It makes me very happy. Not right now, because I had to remove so much of my art online to try and stop it from getting fed to scrapers for AI training and stuff. But my websites, I'm rejigging them around this year, and I'm going to try and have a complete full archive of everything that I've ever drawn for anything. Well, provided I've got permission and stuff. I want to have it in one place, so it'll be less of a folio and more of like an actual full work archive. Because there's art I've done that I forgot I even done, you know, and then I come across it like a bit later, and I'm like, oh my god, well. So I wanna share that stuff. So it all used to be on like DeviantArt, or well, some of it used to be on DeviantArt and some of my old websites, but I want to organize everything properly. So I don't think it's like great to just rely on social media for storing everything, because as soon as that disappears, then it's gone forever. Right, so... oh, I've not done that. Hang on. I'm gonna close that. Close this. Yellow, yeah. Nearly finished flats. Alright, so let's just say that let's just say that the flats are done now. What I mean about that grey layer is now that you've done your flats, you can set the layer with your colours to multiply, and it basically like this layer here, you can change the brightness and the darkness, or if you want, you can lock the layer and you can make like one end of it darker. So let's say, oh, it would help if I had the correct tool. It's still on the airbrush I was using yesterday. Hang on, airbrush. Okay, let's try that again. So you can have like one area darker, and then you could have like something with a completely different color, like green or whatever. Do like crazy stuff. You can have them be all like multicolored, but I just try to have it grey at first, and then as I'm working on the background, I make that background color the same as the blocked in color. Alright, put that back. Alright, I am gonna pick this up again in the future at some point. Maybe another stream next week. Because I would like to get it finished, because I quite like it. Save it. I'm gonna go back to big mode. Chat mode. Chat mode. I've forgotten my buttons. Hello. Right, thank you so much for coming along. I didn't expect lots of people to turn up tonight, like I said, because it was the NASA launch, and that's pretty spectacular, and I kind of wish that I'd seen it now. I am gonna try and keep the general streams to Sundays or Saturdays, because I think it's just like easier for people to remember if it's on a Saturday or Sunday. The only reason it's like Wednesday today is because it's April 1st, Reala Day. So tomorrow I'll be streaming for my patrons, and I'll be working on my comic. If you're interested in seeing more of my streams, you can check out my Patreon for more details. Yeah, I really like showing people my process. It's not something I get to show very often. I take screenshots and stuff, but it's not the same as actually seeing me work on it live. I want to say thank you to Opus Science Collective for the amazing music that he lets me play on my show, and you can check out his links in my description below. And I will see you next week. Maybe to finish this, maybe to do something new. But I really appreciate you turning up. As for when I will finish the Reala drawing, yeah, I will attempt it. I won't finish it and then just put it online. I'll try and do it on stream, because my favourite part is doing all the shiny bits and all the glowy things. That's like the most fun part of my art, I think. So, thank you very much, and I will see you soon. Bye!